Hey, what up, guys? We're back. Welcome to This Is My Moment podcast. I'm your host, Patrick Mitch, and you know who I got riding shotgun.
What up, fam? It's your boy, Money Mitch again. Hey, if y'all ain't did it already, go ahead and hit subscribe, like, comment. Stay up in tune with us, man. Stay up with everything we doing.
Let's go to work.
There ain't no stopping it, this is my moment. Join the movement, we bringing people together, bringing positivity, making changes for the better.
Today, we got another session with Moments with Mitch, man. I love these because I just love chopping it up. KT, what was on the docket today?
Man, so this one is another topic that has been in heavy rotation in the group chat. But I got a 5-year-old, as y'all know, and he's going through kindergarten, and we are struggling with emotions. Man, his emotions are all over the place. Man, I'm a high-strung person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everything is on 10. If we start on 10, we finish on 10. That's how we roll. We got one speed, full speed. So I know where he get it from. But the thing that I've been struggling with him is, what's the balance between telling a 5-year-old boy, you got to stop crying and whining?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because, you know, when we grew up, it's boys don't cry. Rub some dirt on it. Get up. You ain't bleeding.
Yeah.
But I also do want him to be, like, emotionally intelligent. Like, I don't want him to just be, like, muted off. Like, I'm a boy. I don't cry. I don't have no emotions. Yeah. Like, I want him to be a human, you know what I'm saying? Be an emotional person, but we gotta rein it in because he all over the place. What do you think about that? Like men and addressing emotions and assistance with controlling their emotions and stuff like that.
I think we got to. I think if you don't say it, it starts to fester.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the more that you hold those feelings inside, the more it compounds whatever the problem is to make you feel that way. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I'm a huge advocate of talking it out. And I think a lot of times people get the misconception that if you talk it out, if you cry about it, or if you get emotional about it, you're weak.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Especially in our community.
We gonna tell you, man, what is you over there crying for? Man, suck it up. Nah, man. But you know what? At the end of the day, every problem gets solved with a good solution. And those start with having a closed circle of communication, man. Talking through what's going on. That way is no question about how you feel. And I just think that it's just a misconception that you, as a man, you shouldn't do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that's something that we have to break the cycle on, because I don't want nothing festering inside of me. Because now you start holding animosity towards them people that you feeling this way for. You know what I'm saying? So
some people be getting strays. You might be mad this situation over here. Now you at home going through a difficult conversation, difficult situation at home, and now you take that energy and give it to somebody that ain't really for.
Oh yeah.
But yeah,
now they got it.
You feel me? And they just catch the strays because you out here pissed off at the world.
Everybody mad.
Yeah, but I'm an advocate of therapy.
Yeah,
this is, I guess, 2023. I started going to therapy.
Yeah,
and it helped. But the thing that I'm finding difficult with my 5-year-old is there's tools that a 35-year-old can use that a 5-year-old just don't understand.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
because I'll ask him, like, why are you feeling like this? Why do you feel like you have to have that outward expression?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Because
it's just a feeling.
Yeah,
but that's a thing that I feel like me going to therapy now. I'm starting to teach him in a 5-year-old way, but starting to teach him tools that he can use.
Yeah.
And I think that's the biggest thing, because we didn't have no tools. It was like, get up, stop crying.
Yeah.
And then you get 30, and then you like, man, I feel like I ain't cried in about 5 years.
Yeah.
Like, you really think about it, you cry when somebody die.
Yeah.
But other than that,
what it is.
Yeah, I ain't gonna say there's no reason to cry, but like the way that we've been taught, the way that we've been brought up, it's kind of like you be programmed to, like, you cry if like somebody die.
Yeah.
Or you break a leg or something, but other than that,
you suck
just as emotions, where does that energy go? And go, like you said, it's kind of, you don't want it to fester, you don't want to like harbor it, and then now you creating resentment and stuff.
Yeah. It's a perception for me as a dude. to where if someone I'm having a conversation with and they see me cry, what do they think about me? You know what I mean? Like, does that take a little bit of my pride? Does that take a little bit of my self-worth away?
Yeah.
When I show them feelings, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To where now you less of because you show somebody your feelings. Because just like you say, man, dude, you ain't supposed to be crying. You a dude. Suck it up.
Yeah.
But then when you show that person that you're having a conversation with, that you really involved in the conversation,
like you really care,
to where it hits you.
Yeah.
And sometimes, man, you can't help but to drop a tear too, because it means something to you.
Yeah.
And I think that a lot of times we get caught up in the perception of what emotions mean.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we don't want no one to take us as a softie. Nah, man. Nah, I still got it, G.
Yeah.
But you know what? Nah, sometimes you got to let it out. But I think the perception, or especially if you're talking to your woman or your spouse or your other half, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you supposed to be the breadwinner, the cat in the house, and then you in there crying because of the conversation, like now they looking at you like you, hey, you ain't supposed to be doing this, right?
Yeah, now you Ralph Transvat, Mr. Sensitivity.
You know what I'm saying? So I think all that plays into the perception of that emotion thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think a lot of it is like external forces. Because I feel like we human at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Everybody cry. Everybody feel. Everybody gonna be sad. Everybody gonna be mad. Everybody gonna be disappointed. Everybody gonna feel the plethora of emotions.
Yeah.
So dealing with them and going like it's normal, but it's kind of like we have to get over that hump, especially as men. Men is I think that's is bigger than women. I feel like women thrive in therapy. I feel like from a female perspective, therapy is needed. It's not taboo. It's not something that's like, oh no, we don't do that. But for men, I feel like we got to do better.
Yeah.
It's just for me experiencing it myself, because I was one of them people like, therapy, bro, what's wrong with you? Like what's going on? But after going, and at first I was reluctant. I would go in there, I wouldn't be honest, wouldn't talk.
Yeah. Because
it's weird. It's just weird. You in there telling all of your personal business to somebody you don't know. You know what I mean? So it's like, at first I was kind of shelled up.
Yeah.
But then it's like, you get comfortable.
Place.
Yeah, you get comfortable with the person. And that's the biggest thing, is finding somebody that you comfortable with.
Yeah.
Because you ain't going to be honest if not, you know what I mean? Yeah. But I found somebody that I was comfortable with and I could really talk to. And, bro, just like you were saying, like keeping things inside and letting it fester, like that's the biggest weight off my shoulders. Just going to just get it out. Just have somebody to talk about things with, you know what I'm saying? Because you can't talk to your spouse about your spouse sometimes. Everybody don't got a spouse that can take it.
Yeah,
take constructive criticism.
You're right.
And then be like, all right, well, I'm going to flip it and now we're going to move forward in a positive direction. Yeah. Some people just like, what?
You taking a shot at them.
Exactly. They feel like you attacking
they finna start shooting.
And that's how it go a lot of times. It's like, as soon as you say, hey, well, I feel like you could do X, Y, Z. It's like, me? You could do. So, yeah, it's good to have somebody that you could just talk to in a non-biased opinion that can really, a lot of times, just hold the mirror up for you.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it's just you and they're talking to you.
Yeah.
There's another person in there kind of giving you direction.
I do. I'm a believer in therapy, too. I went, like, lately, man, I've been going through, like, a lot of personal stuff, too. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of weight on my shoulders. Yeah. And I went to therapy last week I went to therapy.
Yeah, shout out to therapy, man.
Man, for sure. And the cat that I go to, he almost like an uncle. You know what I mean? He's a little bit older than me, but the insight that he got is like sitting at the house talking to Papa, Uncle Rob, somebody like that, somebody, you know what I'm saying, that's inside of our uncle bubble. And what I started learning and listening to is that he's bringing another aspect, another voice, another way to think about what I'm going through. So when I'm in there, first off, I feel safe. We'll just start there.
Yeah.
And it's one thing that I do, or I did, that I don't do anymore. When I used to say, man, I don't know. but you really know.
Yeah. You just don't want to say it out loud.
And that's the thing. So I stopped saying, you know what, I really don't know. And I tell myself, and I have to practice with myself to tell myself, you know what, Patrick, you do know.
Yeah.
It's just the fact that I don't want to say it because the way it may sound.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So that's the biggest thing. You don't want to go in there and just sound like a deadbeat. You know what I'm saying? Just go ahead. Yeah, I want to get this off my chest, but don't judge. Because at the end of the day, you know they over there listening like, man, cuz crazy.
Right. And I had to get past that, though. So every time I go into therapy, I never use those words like, oh, I don't know. Like, I just trust my safe space.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Trust the person that I'm talking to. And then I listen to his opinion. And not just listen, but value the way that he perceives, like, my problems and the things that I'm letting loose on.
Because sometimes it might just be perspective.
Man,
you just might be too close to it to where it seems like, oh man, the world falling around me, but take a step back and it's kind of like, oh man, it's just a speed bump.
And you know, like the cat, man, one time, man, I went in there with the dude, man. I went in there and I was talking about like my job. Mm-hmm. I don't like my job this, or I don't like my job that. Why, you know what I'm saying, why I'm not getting that promotion? Why, you know what I'm saying? He said, Patrick, think about this here. When you move down here, and this is perspective, he said when you move down here, you was looking for something to help you keep your podcast, keep your book, keep your motivation speaker, help your kids, things like that, right? So why are you complaining about the thing that you pray for and ask for to help you get to the place where you want to be? He says, now take that same energy that you're using to not like going to understanding why you there.
Yeah.
And I was sitting there, man. I was sitting there listening to this dude like, man, stop making sense. Man, you supposed to be over here just, but it made so much sense.
Yeah.
To where it was the perspective I had and the closeness that I had and the 8 to 5 hate that I had. But I didn't realize all of the blessings that me having that was doing.
Yeah.
And when I started really thinking about what he had said, after I said what I had said, dude, I went to work the next day, man.
Yeah, woke up before the alarm clock. Man, let's go get it in.
You couldn't tell me nothing. Because in my mind, I'm like, you know what? This is funding
all my stuff. Yeah, everything that I want to do.
And I may not be happy at work. But you know what makes me happy?
To an end.
The check that work gives me, that way it lets me do the book, it lets me do the podcast, it lets me do all of these fun things that makes me happy.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? Nah,
work ain't all that bad.
Keep the party going. You know what I'm saying? So you're right, like it's perspective, having that open and honest feedback.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And first off, too, I think the hardest part was just being honest with yourself, man.
Yeah. That man in the mirror talk is the hardest one.
Sometimes you don't even want to have it, though. You know what I'm saying? We talked about it the other day, how you can make stuff seem right.
Yeah, you're in there talking yourself into a bad situation.
Man,
knowing better the whole time.
Man. So, yeah, man, I think it's perception, outside perception, inside perception, and being honest.
Yeah, I feel like honesty is the biggest part.
Yeah,
because going back to anything, you can't fix it until you honest about the problem. You gonna lie to? Because you can lie to yourself. You could, and yourself is the easiest person to lie to.
You think so?
I feel like I honestly
think it's
feel
the hardest.
You think?
Because you know the real truth. How you gonna lie to somebody that know the answer?
Because if I'm being honest with you, I feel like everybody knows the answer.
Okay.
People don't want to do the work. So you tell yourself anything so you don't have to do the work. I feel like obese people know they obese.
Yeah.
Getting to the gym and working out is a lot of actual work that needs to be done.
Yeah.
Man, you'll tell yourself, oh man, I'm comfortable in my own skin.
Yeah.
You're not comfortable in your own skin.
You want to be better. You just don't want to take what it do to it.
But it's hard work.
Yeah.
And going back to you lie to yourself to get out of that work.
Yeah.
Just like that yard work. Man, you tell yourself anything to get out of it. But I feel like the honesty and people being honest with themselves and actually just and taking action. Because you could be honest with yourself and you could address the problem, you can know the problem, but if you ain't gonna do nothing about it, the problem gonna be the problem.
Yeah.
And that's what goes back to being able to get the tools.
Yeah.
Because it's more than just acknowledging a problem. You gotta have the tools to do something about it.
Yeah.
And a lot of people just don't have the tools. But it's easy to have that self-talk and be like, oh man, I'll do it tomorrow.
Tomorrow will never come.
And tomorrow, yeah, man, I got this to do, I'll do it tomorrow.
There's always something.
You feel me? You can always make an excuse to not do it.
Yeah.
But you could just as easily always make an excuse to do it.
Yeah.
And that's something that we just started working out this year.
Yeah.
Me and my old lady started working out together. So it's like, there's a lot of days where it's like, man, we could do it tomorrow.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like, you can always make an excuse to not do something.
Yeah.
If you take that same energy and just be like, nah, I'm going to do it right now and get it out the way, as opposed to, oh, I could do it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to just go and knock it out. Right? You'd be so much more productive in every facet of life if you just take that same approach. Yeah. And it's a tool that you could use different things, but it's one tool. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I think, for me, I think the lying to yourself is probably the hardest, though. And the reason why
I feel like it's going to be the most detrimental, but I don't feel like it's the hardest to do.
I'm going to tell you why. Because when I'm going to say me. Yeah. When I talk to myself, and I know good and well, man, that I shouldn't be doing the stuff that I'm doing, or I shouldn't be thinking the way that I'm thinking, I can't look myself in the eye and tell myself out of my mouth and expect my brain to believe that stupid stuff. Because I already know.
Yeah.
So me having that conversation with myself, me lying to myself, is so much more difficult because it's almost like hearing that little voice, right? Like, Patrick, you know that ain't the truth. And now I gotta, but I keep saying it, and I say it enough, and I say it enough to where all of a sudden, like, my mouth think it's the truth, but in the back of my brain, and that little voice is
know
like,
better.
And that's why I think having the lying to yourself is harder, because, like, really, man.
You can look at yourself like that. That don't mean you gonna get up and do nothing, though.
Yeah, true that.
I just feel like I think the hardest part for people is the taking action part.
Yeah.
In everything.
Yeah. And even and that taking action too goes back to your emotions.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's funny when you look at it like that, how everything, what we used to call it, come full circle. Mm-hmm. Like taking action and being responsible, not lying, opening up. It's all part of the same circle of healing. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I didn't even think about it like that.
Yeah, because you once you get the lies out the way and you get straight to the honesty part.
Yeah.
Once you get to the openness of the conversation, once you get to the tools that talking to people or reading about it or understanding what helps you be better, once you get all that stuff, man, all that circles back into your mental, physical, spiritual health to where now you being a better person. So so now when you have those tough conversations and you're emotional, you're okay with it because you've created a bubble around you of support and health. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? And all that. I'm like, man, there it is.
Yeah, man.
That's crazy.
Therapy.
But not cry in front of me, boy. I remember, man, it's funny, man, like years ago, we had the kind of uncles when we used to go to the country, man. It wasn't that emotional stuff, man.
Nah, not at all.
I'm talking about they used to tell you rub some dirt on.
Yeah. And scraped up knees.
Man, and conversations.
Yeah.
But, I think nowadays, man, it's changed. The world's not the same no more. Yeah, and I think we have to be.
I feel like, do you feel like the world has gotten more emotional? Like, do you feel like people are more emotional now?
Yeah, no question. Man, like, mom's generation, our mom's generation, and our grandma's generation, you got to understand, Big Mama generation, they were warehouse workers. And our grandma, she was born in the 20s, so we just coming out of Jim Crow. Yeah. Right? Or in Jim Crow. And that, you had to be tough.
Yeah.
You couldn't show weakness. And then moving from that era to 20s, 30s, 40s, then when Mom was born, 50s, 60s, you still had to be tough because those were your warehouse workers. These are the cats when Papa was working in the warehouse. It was a lot of people going to school, but it was a lot of people just working in the companies. You know what I'm saying? The yards and all that. So it was still that toughness. My generation, we started to move away from that into where we were
industrial.
We was moving back. We was making that flow. So we started to feel, but the people that influenced us still had that roughness. But for us, we was moving away from that roughness, but it was still in us. And then our kids, they didn't have, they 3 generations back now.
Yeah.
They don't understand.
Yeah, they don't see nobody tough.
So you, as for me, we had that toughness taught to us, but to give it to our kids, we had to teach another aspect. And I think that's what America's doing. America is evolving to where people are more, they use what they call woke, or you emotionally, everybody's soft.
EQ, emotional intelligence.
Snowflake and all this stuff, you know what I'm saying? And I don't think it's all of those words. I think it's just for the simple fact that the way that the world is evolving, people are becoming okay with saying what they're thinking out loud. You know what I'm saying? Like you thinking it, and that's where your emotions come in. You're thinking that stuff, but you never said it. You just sucked it up back then. Now they like, you know what? I was taught I should be able to say what I want to say. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Then
everybody got a voice now.
Yeah, but then the people like us in our generation and under us, like, no, you can't just say what you want to say. Some stuff don't need to be said. Yeah, and that's that bottling it up. And I think that's where we have to evolve as parents and as men now, to where we're not living in them days and ages. Yeah. You got people that go to school for years to help you understand what you're going through to help you be better. And I think that's what it is, G. Yeah. So, I think it's just an evolution.
Yeah, evolution of man. Yeah. Literally.
Yeah, and some people call it soft. Snowflake, man. You hear all kind of words, man, to where, and I just think it's just emotion. People just talking they talk. Like, I'm not holding it in no more. Yeah. For what?
Yeah, because at the end of the day, it ain't going to do nothing but hurt you. Get it out.
Go on, put it to the air. Mm-hmm. See what happens.
Just like a fart, man. It's better out than in.
I don't know where you getting your analogy from, man. Where does this stuff be coming from?
You ain't never heard that before?
No.
Oh, man, don't hold your farts. Don't hold your farts, man. It's better out than in. It's facts.
You telling KJ that stuff?
All the time. Hey, it's a place in the space for everything.
Man, I can't fool with you today, man. We gonna wrap this up, man. You got me out here, my eyes watering, man. That's the way to finish the show, man.
Man, real talk, man. Hey, man, if y'all feeling pressures of the world, weight on y'all shoulders, there's somebody out there that could talk you through it, give you the tools that you need to make it through. Hey, but we here for you. They here for you. And we can always make it through anything, man. Good conversations and accountability.
Man, that's the truth, man. Keep your communication circle closed. That way nothing gets in, nothing gets out. And at the end of the day, KT, what we gonna do? Go get it!
Join the movement, we bringing people together, bringing positivity, making changes for the better. Cause it's all about growth, all about success.